Hi, my name is John Yates. I'm the president and an instructor at Faith Bible Institute, and I would like to invite you to join with tens of thousands of Christians from hundreds of churches in countries around the world for an incredible, life-changing journey through the world's most exciting book, the Bible, God's love letter to man. We're enrolling right now for semester number 5, and it's a great semester. In Old Testament, we begin with the messianic and millennial prophecies of Isaiah. Then we see the greatest love story of all time, as the faithfulness of God's love is pictured as He actually commands the prophet Hosea to marry and be faithful in his love to an unfaithful prostitute. And then in the book of Micah, we see the prophecies of the Bethlehem birth and the importance of keeping our covenants with God. In Nahum, we see the danger of not passing the faith on to the next generation. And in Zephaniah, we see the glories of the coming of Jesus Christ and the judgments of that coming. In the book of Habakkuk, we will address the age-old question of why the righteous suffer. And then we will see the broken heart of God through the weeping prophet Jeremiah in the book of Jeremiah and Lamentations. In New Testament, we will begin with the study of the pastoral epistles as we see God's plan for the pastors and members of local churches. And then in the book of Hebrews, we will discover the meaning of the Old Testament priesthood, including the tabernacle and all of its furnishings and sacrifices, including the sprinkling of the blood upon the mercy seat of the Ark of the Covenant in the Holy of Holies, all fulfilled in the finished work of Jesus Christ upon Calvary's cross. And also in the present ministry of Jesus in heaven today. We will also see the importance of not turning back in the Christian faith from this great book of Hebrews. Then in 1 Peter, we will discover God's plan for how we are to endure and actually flourish during times of great suffering. In 2 Peter, we see God's plan for spiritual growth in our lives. And in the book of Jude, we will see the danger of the great last days apostasy. As we come to theology, we begin with the study of the Holy Spirit. And we will learn that the Holy Spirit is not an it to get. He is the second person of the Trinity who we are to know and to love. We will study the nature, the names, the deity of the Holy Spirit, as well as His power and His ministries, including His indwelling, regenerating, sealing ministries, and much more. We will also discover the role of spiritual gifts in our lives today and how that the Holy Spirit is the source of the Christian's power and victory, not only for walking in victory over sin, but for transforming our hearts into the very image of Jesus Christ. And then we will discover our enemy as we study the doctrine of Satan and how we can walk in victory as we understand his tactics, his strategies, and his devices. We will also discover his origin, his nature, his power, his limitations, and his destiny. And finally, you will begin to understand yourself as we study the doctrine of man, as we discover our own origin, our own nature, our fall, and how that affected our nature. We will also discover our duties and our destiny as we look at the horrors of hell and the glories of heaven. It is going to be a wonderful semester, and I hope that you enroll today, and I hope to see you in class.